I'm Mike Smith, and you're watching The Harbor. For the past 10 years, I've been a youth worker. I've had an opportunity to work with young people from all different walks of life. I've been a social worker, I've been a motivational speaker, I've been an author, I have an opportunity to host this show, The Harbor. And the reason I do that is I want young people to understand how important it is to live a purpose and passion-filled life. My big dream is to help young people realize that they're leaving a legacy behind every single day. And the reason I've been so committed to this is because I remember being a young person laying in bed at night, looking at my ceiling, just dreaming about the life that I had ahead of me. I remember laying in bed thinking about, where was I gonna work? Where was I gonna live? Was I gonna travel the world? I remember having all these thoughts and dreams and hopes about, my future. And when I was 15, my English teacher, he asked us to do an assignment. He asked us to write down if we could be doing anything 10 years from now, what would it be? He didn't put any rules on it. There were no limitations. The sky was the limit, basically. He just said, what would you want to be doing? And as I sat there and I started to think about if I could do anything 10 years from now, what would it be? I just thought about how great it would be if I could create this place where my friends and I could skateboard and do music and do art. I basically just wanted to create a warehouse where we could do things that we were passionate about and do the things that we loved. And while doing this assignment was fun and it was awesome to think about, this life that I might lead someday, I never really believed it could happen. I wanted it to, but I never actually thought that I could make this work. And so I basically just kind of gave up on it. It was like I took that dream and I sort of just put it in a jar and just kind of put it on the shelf and hoped that someday I might get back to it. But I never really believed that I could. I never believed in myself enough to think that I could actually make this happen. So I kind of just went through high school, graduated high school, went to college, and there was always this nagging sense in the back of my mind that I wanted to do this thing. I wanted to create this place where kids could skate and we could do music and we could do art, but I just never knew how, and I never knew how to really kind of take that dream off the shelf and open it up and make this happen. I just never knew how to get there. And then one day I got a phone call. Basically, our local indoor skate park in town was shutting down. They couldn't figure out how to make it work, and they called me. They asked me if I wanted all these ramps, and they asked me if I wanted to try to create my own space where kids could skate. And all the parents in town were freaking out because their kids didn't have a place to skateboard anymore, and I took the opportunity. I started a nonprofit skate park, and we built this tiny little skate park, and it opened, and we were excited. It was like I, for the first time in my life, took this dream off the shelf, opened it a little bit, and now I was so excited to see where it was going to go. I just made the commitment that I wasn't going to do anything else. One of the coolest things happened this past year is my high school English teacher, he walked into my skate park and he looked around and he basically just congratulated me on fulfilling that dream that I had written about 15 years ago. And it was one of the most gratifying experiences to see that something I dreamed about as a young person actually happening today. And because I was willing to take that dream off the shelf and open it up just a little bit, I've been able to create opportunities to speak to young people, create opportunities to better my community, create opportunities to have an impact on people's lives. And it's helped me realize that I'm leaving a legacy. And one of the biggest things I think about leaving a legacy is asking myself, what legacy do I want to leave? What do I want to be about? If you take your dream and you begin to achieve it, you start to create a bigger story, because that's what we all want. We all want to live a life filled with passion. We all want to live a life filled with purpose. We all want a life where we're leaving some sort of a legacy behind. All of us have this dream that we want to chase. So what is it? What's that dream that you have for yourself? What's that thing that makes your heart pound inside of your chest? What's the legacy that you want to leave behind? We want this show to challenge you. We want to push you. We want you to think about the impact that you're having on your campus. We've created this show to let you know it's okay to dream and it's okay to think about the legacy that you're leaving behind. We're going to cover topics like fear, pressure, time management, diversity. We're going to bring in people from all different walks of life to help you take your dream off the shelf, open it, and think about the legacy that you're leaving behind today.